All right, Danny Lehr with Caffeine and Kilos, and we are here with Zach Rocheleau. Did I say that right?
You did. Rocheleau.
Rocheleau. Like buffalo, but with a rush instead of buff.
I want to be buff though, like Danny.
Show him, let him know. All right. So, Zach from the Zach Rocheleau podcast. Fantastic show. Likes to ask lots of good questions. Also has a flexible dieting lifestyle on Instagram. All right, so what made you start posting these pictures of delicious food online? Because that's what I think it's really known for, is these creations, right? So how does that work?
It was me selfish. It was me being selfish in the beginning, because I learned my relationship with food wasn't very good. It was an all or nothing type thing. It was either I was going to eat clean or I was going to cheat. And anything that was straying away from the eating clean philosophy led me to binge and to overconsume. I didn't know moderation. And so I reverse engineered. I figured out what's the why behind nutrition. I learned the principles. I learned the science behind it. And then I realized, okay, these foods that are quote unquote bad, they're just bad because they're really, really, really dense in calories, and thus you can very easily overconsume them, and thus they make you gain a lot of weight. And that's the reason why. So what I did was I learned how to recreate them in a way that they're only a fourth of the calories, double the protein intake, and thus you can eat them on a daily basis and still reach your goals and be as healthy as you ever wanted to be.
And then it's not just something you do, you get other people to do it. I see these like recreations, your Instagram story every night. It seems like there's 20 at least that you're resharing of people, and those are probably the ones you found. You know what I mean? Who knows how many, they didn't use the right hashtag or whatever, you know? And
I mean, that's my favorite, that's arguably one of my favorite parts of the day, is being able to go back and be like, wow, like, people are actually taking action. And then there's always a quote afterwards of somebody just messaging me saying like how much it's changed their relationship with food. You can eat the foods you love and live the life you desire, and they finally feel like they're in control. There's never that all or nothing. It's not binary. There's not this win or loss. Like, we're constantly winning and losing on a daily basis. But the losses are necessary in order to challenge us to be better and to learn more. And it's like much deeper than food. I can go so deeper.
It's like you want to win, but when you lose, losing isn't always so bad, because then you know what you need to get better at.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a red flag.
So what is it that you need to get better at? What's a recent L you took that helped you learn?
Recent L, I would say, that's very interesting. For me, it's more business-wise. So like, I've evolved. But actually, it could be one is like moving more to like the keto world and the vegan world are becoming this huge thing. So like, I personally don't promote those two, but I want to give people the best option if they choose to use those dietary approaches. So like now I'm having to like really go into my creativity and like reinvent myself as a cook and have these restrictions on that are put on me and create the most diet-friendly keto and vegan recipes possible. So like, Aubrey Marcus is on it. So like I'm going to On It on the 25th, and we're doing a live tasting with the whole On It team. So
you said myself as a cook, so you consider yourself a cook?
Yeah, I do, absolutely. Self-made. I've never had any formal teaching.
Would you consider me a cook?
Absolutely. No.
So
anybody's a cook.
Oh, dude.
Anybody's a cook. Like,
yeah.
That's the whole premise. That's why I created what I created, because I create things in a way that you could have no culinary background, you'd be able to make it. Like,
dude, there it is.
That's the qualifier.
That's awesome. Those are there. Women's are over here and men's are over there. Yeah, absolutely, man. No problem. Yeah. No, that's great. And so that's how you got into the nutrition side of things. But before that, you were pretty heavy into just fitness and athletics. So what was your favorite sport that you've ever participated in?
Yeah, so, I mean, there's two of them. So, competitively, I mean, I grew up surfing a lot. So I grew up in the water, and I surfed in so many different surf competitions. I was very good. I was like top 5 in the Northeast region of the United States, so like really good. But I wasn't gonna pay for my college education. The scholarships just aren't given out for surfing. It's either you're like the top 1% that's making money, or there's nothing. So I played basketball as well. So I'm only like 5'8". I ended up getting a full ride college basketball scholarship to play Division II. and so basketball was my thing. And it was like my first, like I was in control. Obviously my teammates around me, but it was like the first time I was a point guard and I was in that leadership position. Surfing was on me. Basketball was on me and the team. You know?
Do you feel like that leadership position has shaped like how you run your businesses now?
100%. Like I've always been fascinated by like, I was always the smallest guy on my team. In basketball, I'll be honest.
How tall are you?
5'8".
And that's with shoes on.
That's with shoes on. Like all my best friends growing up were 6'9". They were black, very genetically gifted. I was the white kid that was fighting his genetics his whole life. But what happened every single game, they were looking for me for guidance. Whenever times got tough, they were asking me, hey Zach, what do we do? And like, that has translated so much in everything I do now that no matter where I go, I can feel so out of place. So like in basketball games, you feel out of place. At every basketball tournament, you feel out of place because you're the smallest guy in the room. And every college basketball coach says to you, Zach, if only you were 6'2", if only you were 6'3". But then hearing that all the time and knowing that no matter what, I'm still doing it. Like I could go anywhere and I know I'll be able to fit in because I just know it. I know it in my heart.
Yeah, and you also know that you're not going to be 6'2" or 6'3". So you're not dwelling on that.
100%, yeah.
What would be, it could be business, it could be athletics, it could be personal. What is one thing that you are extremely proud of that you've accomplished?
Oh man, that's super interesting. It's creating a platform now that will lead to me being able to, I know without a doubt, it's creating a platform that has now given me the courage to want to do so much more in my life. It started with food. Like it really did start with food. But now it's become so much more to where I have a platform now that I can try and make a positive difference in the world. I've always studied Martin Luther King. I think what he did was just amazing without social media or anything. He made such a lasting difference in this world that people will talk about him for generations and generations to come. I want to live a life that's worth fighting for. I want to live a life that people want to talk about for long periods of time, and my platform now has become our platform and is allowing me to have the courage to want to make a big difference and feel like I'm capable of doing that.
All right, random person on the street. You know nothing about their diet, nothing about their nutrition. They say, Zach Rocheleau Buffalo, you handsome son of a bitch. I need to get it together. All right, what is one change I can make in my life that will help me through the nutrition standpoint?
There's so many that just, if I just meet somebody and I just see them, and it all depends on where they're at. Depending on how big you are, if you're big and you're really overweight, more times than not, you're doing almost everything wrong and you're drinking your calories. That's one thing. If somebody wants to lose weight, if somebody's maintaining their weight and they can drink their calories, that's fine. Most people, they're drinking their calories and they don't have that balance.
You mean like protein shakes?
I wouldn't even say
Ensure?
I mean, that might be it. I would say stop consuming so much fake health food. I mean, that would be huge. Like a lot of people drink a protein shake, but then they all go and eat a huge meal afterwards. A protein shake is meant to help you hit your protein goal for the day. But a lot of people are drinking sodas, they're drinking Gatorades, they're drinking so many calories, and you don't even feel any different. You drink it, and you don't even feel satiated. So my biggest thing is I would find, if you're drinking your calories, that would be the number one thing I would replace. Another one too is asking yourself, are you really hungry in the morning? A lot of people eat a big breakfast and it's actually they fall behind the rest of the day. And breakfast isn't necessary. It's one of those things that people think they need to eat. And so if somebody needs to lose a lot of weight, it's kind of like saving for a vacation. The longer, if you just skip breakfast, you actually save a lot more calories for the rest of the day when things usually
Less
go
likely to be
wrong.
hungry later.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Is like I see they have more to play with. They have more of a budget to play with the rest of the day. So those are like two things I would say. It just depends on the individual.
Very cool, man. Hey, thanks for your time, Zach. Really appreciate it. Zach is a good friend of ours, good friend of mine personally, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.